So as we know, the Washington Commanders at the trade deadline added star cornerback Marshon Lattimote to upgrade a dying position, which was the cornerback position. Well, now with the addition of Marshon Lattimote, I think that pushes somebody to the bench. A lot of other people believe that Washington's rotation could be a little bit different than what we think. Let's talk about it and address this potential problem that the Washington Commanders could have. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be addressing the potential problem, good problem that is, the Washington Commanders have with the addition of Marshon Lattimore. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you help me get there as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So, Washington, addressing the cornerback position, has been a position of need all season long. Now, with Marshon Lattimore coming to the Washington Commanders, he's obviously cornerback number one, and he's obviously going to be following every star receiver that we play thus far through the rest of the season. Now, to me, I immediately thought about what is the rotation now going to be like? Who is going to be the odd man out? Because in most packages, you're only going to have three cornerbacks on the field. Obviously, Marshon Lattimore immediately comes in and becomes the number one. Number two, who is that going to be? And who is going to be the slot guy for the Washington Commanders? And who's going to get majority of the play? Now, here's the thing. Joe Witt Jr. at the start of the season and in the offseason in his press conference, he said, we show up with the whole defense, right? There's not just one guy to one position. There's not just one guy that's only going to play one position or get all the snaps. To a degree that's true. But if you have a guy like Marshon Lattimore, you know he's going to be on the field almost every play when healthy. But the rest of those guys, what is that going to look like? Because I think majority of the rotation that he was speaking from was for other positions like D line, edge rusher, maybe linebackers. But as we've seen for the cornerback position, most of those guys play every single snap of the game. Benjamin St-Juste played every single snap in the game and only came out rarely. So we know for the cornerback position, those three guys are going to stay put most of the time. Now, what is that rotation going to be like? Because now you have four cornerbacks. At first, it was just Juice, Samuel, and Noah Iganogany. Now you add Marshawn Lynch into excuse me, I keep calling him Marshawn Lynch. I'm sorry, it's a habit. Marshon Lattimore to that fold. Who is the odd man out? A lot of people want to just throw Noah Iganogany in that discussion and think, okay, Marshon Lattimore, CB1, Benjamin St-Juste, CB2, and Mike Samuel still go to the slot. That's not what I think is the best for the team. Now, that may be what they decide to do, but in my opinion, I think what's best for the team is for Marshon Lattimore to be CB1, Mike Samuel to be CB2, and Noah Iganogany to be the slot cornerback, because Noah has been really good, and I hope we resign him in the offseason. And with as far as Mike Samuel, I know, I get it. They drafted him to be the cornerback, the slot cornerback, but maybe similar to like a Sam Cosman on offensive line, drafted to be a right tackle, but going to be a right guard, going to play right guard. Brandon Coleman drafted more specifically looking like a guard, but obviously is thriving at tackle. At times people change positions and don't necessarily be the position that you drafted him to be. So Mike Samuel still could have been drafted to be a slot, but what if he's way better on the outside? Remember, before Kendall Fuller got aged, he was originally drafted to be an outside corner, but we figured young Kendall Fuller was better in the slot. When he's in Kansas City, he went to play safety. So there's players across the league every single year, and you know, multiple times where they play different positions. You draft them for one and they end up playing another. So for me, Mike Samuel still is the cornerback too. He's been really good on the outside. I wouldn't mess that up for anything. I think Benjamin St-Juste it can be a rotational guy at this point. Maybe next year after he learns from Marshon Lattimore, maybe next year he can be that CB2 and maybe you push Mike Samuel still inside the slot. But right now, I think Samuel still is your number two corner, and I think Noah is your slot, and that's my favorite three right there. I think Mike Sanders still found a home on the outside. I think if he continues to learn and continues to play well Frozone, that could be where he belongs. And it doesn't necessarily have to be slot. Slot could be just a weapon that he can have, or he could be a Swiss Army knife for the defense in the secondary. Like he can play multiple positions, but his prime home is outside. Now, if Washington isn't comfortable with that and isn't comfortable with Noah Iganogany and still think we should be lacking a slot, that's where you go out and you draft another slot cornerback or you put one in free agency. But there's nothing wrong with having a guy that you draft for one position and he ends up thriving at another one. With the thing with Benjamin St. Juste is I feel as though not that he's not going to still get opportunities, not that he's still not going to play, but I feel like prior to us getting Marshon Lattimote, what led us to getting Marshon Lattimote is the realization that we had no cornerback one. Benjamin St. Juste was given the opportunity, although some of us knew at times that BSJ probably wasn't built to be a cornerback one. They still gave him the opportunity because prior to the season starting, it was just Benjamin St. Juste, Emmanuel Forbes, Noah Iganogany, Michael Davis. Not really someone that was like, okay, we know they're going to be able to follow the number one receiver. Now, I will say that what may give Juice the edge is his size on the outside, his size, and his ability to always be in good position. With Juice, it's never that he's never there. It's always he commits the penalty. He always commits pass interference. He always panics. So anytime he trails, he never looks back for the ball, and his first instinct is to grab. But I will say, Juice being the number two cornerback again, because when Kendall Fuller was here last year, Kendall Fuller was CB1, and I could think Juice was still handsy. He was still getting a lot of penalties and pass interferences, but maybe CB2 is where he can, settle down and, check the bigger, slower cornerback two or wide receiver twos. In my opinion, altogether, not to try to shoot down St. Juice because I was a big St. Juice fan, but I think he had his opportunity and he just showed the front office that he's not really built like that for CB1. I think Mike Sanders still is the perfect CB2 at this moment, and I think Noah Iganogny is the perfect slot at this moment, and should be our three. Here and there, Juice can get some opportunities. Here and there, he can go out there. But if we're talking solely just our three best guys and what gives us the best opportunity to play and win, I think it's those three right there. Because immediately Mike Sanders still goes in to play the number two, because Marshon Lattimore is already taking one side of the field away. And then your slot is left with Noah Iganogany. If you want to, have a rotation in the slot, maybe that could be something that's interesting. I don't think BSJ is the best in the slot because he is a little bit slower. But with his length and with his size, maybe you can try to stick him back in the slot. But other than that, I don't really think there's no need for St. Juice at this moment. Now, that's just my take. Joe Witt Jr., his whole mentality could be way different. He could look at it as, okay, Marshon Lattimore, he's CB1, Juice CB2, and Sanders still slot. So then that means Noah Iganogany snaps decreases. I think Noah has just been too good this season for his snaps to be decreased. I think that decreasing in snaps needs to go to Benjamin St. Juice, given the fact that he was given the prime opportunity to have them say, hey, we don't need to trade for a CB. We got one in Juice. This was his opportunity. He is on the last year of his deal. At this point, depending on how Marshon Lattimore plays and how Mike Sanders still plays and Noah Iganogany plays, I doubt Benjamin St. Juice is here back in Washington next year. But again, you never know. And a lot of people want to push Emmanuel Forbes out of the door. I don't necessarily think he's gonna be here next year, but we don't necessarily have that many bodies at cornerback because again, Juice is on a 1 year deal, Noah's on a 1 year deal, and Forbes is under contract. But a lot of people think, like myself, think he's gonna get cut. But we may not be in a position to cut him until after like training camp is over because we are going to need the body. So I don't know. That's just food for thought. That's just my thing that I think we have. We have a problem at that position. Not a necessarily bad problem, but a problem that needs to be addressed because we need to put out our best three. And I've been hearing kind of mixed feelings about it. I've been hearing one side say St. Juice is gonna play, St. Juice should play. I hear one side that's on my side of the fence that's saying, hey, no, St. Juice needs to sit down. Put Mike Sanders still out there to pair up with Marshon Lattimore. Let Noah keep rocking out in the slot since he has been really solid this season. And then if we feel the need to have to address the cornerback position again in the offseason, we can do that. But right now, what gives us the best opportunity is the three that I said. Sam Still, Marshon, and Noah. Now, Benjamin St. Juste not playing as much doesn't mean he still can't learn from a veteran 8 year in the league, four-time Pro Bowler Marshon Lattimote. That's not saying that at all. We've already seen clips of Benjamin St. Juste learning early on from Marshon Lattimote since arriving here in Ashburn. I think we're in good hands regardless of what decision Joe Witt Jr. makes because he's been turning his defense around and having them play better. So I'm fully trusting in his decision and in the defensive coach's decisions on what they decide to do. But I'm just coming on giving my spill on what I feel as though give Washington the best opportunity to win at this moment. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel on the road to 8,000 subscribers. It's always being boy Juan Gotti. Also, don't forget to check out my promo code on SeatGeek to get $20 off your first purchase by punching in the promo code Juan Gotti. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, help to the Washington Commanders. See y'all later. Peace.